because more often than not, you end up knowing things about people that you'd probably have a lot more peace.
Before watching this video, please watch the full video of the video that I stitched. But I'm specifically want to do a small story time on that specific part. More often, you would have peace without knowing what you know. This is part two of Alone in My Discernment. So last year, and it was around my birthday. Actually, no, I'm gonna take it back to last year. I was close with someone, like as in really close, as in this girl was my best friend, like one of my best friends. And I would say the start of last year, God started showing me things about this person. Although, as I said in my previous video, you always know, but sometimes because of the fear of being alone, we turn a blind eye, we ignore certain signs. However, in this story time as that I'm telling, um, God started to reveal a lot more things about this person which I knew was not in alignment with where God wanted me to go and what company He wanted me to keep. Like, it was strong. It was really, really strong. And like most people, you turn a blind eye because you don't want to go through the hurt process, or you don't want to believe that God, you're trying to pull me away. And this is again relating back to the being alone in your discernment. It can get frustrating. Like, if I'm gonna keep it 100, I was frustrated because God, why? Why? Like, ignorance is bliss. I don't need to know that this person is on a madness. Like, I don't need to know that this person is going to exit my life soon because this is someone I hold in such high regard. And again, oh, guys, this is why that previous video just speaks to me so much, because you even try to fight it. You try to fight it. You want to be oblivious to having so much knowledge and having an active relationship with God to the point where you can't ignore the signs, or God is showing you blatantly in your face, because the fear of being alone, the fear of losing that person. And I know I'm talking in circles, but you guys get where I'm coming from. But anyways, as I'm continuing on with the friendship, God is revealing a lot more. And so is she. She's showing me signs that are questionable. She's saying certain things that I don't agree with. And of course I'm addressing it, but I can tell that this person is strong in their thoughts, or they're not ready to make that change yet. Because in all my friendships, I will always mention, acknowledge, and let them know that I don't play about God. And for the most part, all my friendships respected that. However, with this specific one, I can tell, yeah, God, you're obviously trying to show me something right now, and I need to stop ignoring it. But I didn't ignore it. And one thing about God, you will learn. Like, He will not just let you keep being delusional. He might let you do it for a bit longer. He might let you be like, you know what, gosh, okay, cool. But I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna show you in a way which you are going to learn. And guys, the way I learn, and you know what's crazy about that situation? I will never forget it because it was even close to my birthday. And within that time, I could tell God was calling me closer and something had to go. And I think it's crazy that the revelation and the truth about my friend at the time came out right around my birthday. And it was so painful, guys. But I, every time I explain it to someone close to me, I will always say it was definitely something spiritual. It was more than just her betraying me. This was a spiritual lesson. This was spiritual. Like, when people are not in God and are doing mad things, like, God will just reveal the truth. Like, God will show you the heart, and it can be heartbreaking. And it's so heartbreaking because not just her, but so many people are doing things that is so damaging to the soul. And because, as I said, ignorance is bliss, they don't care to do anything about it, or they're comfortable in their ways. And I guess it was just so hurtful to look at that and to see that in 3D with someone that I cared so much about. I think what hurts the most is that I've always known. There was no evidence. Because remember, you don't need evidence sometimes. God will just tell you, and you just need to trust the fact that God knows what He's doing. But in this situation, I knew something wasn't right. And because I wanted to be stubborn and not listen to my discernment, I learned the hard way. I saw it in 3D. Like, I'm telling you, if God has given you a gift, especially of discernment, He will not play about you. He will allow you to see. He will not allow you to dumb yourself down because you don't want to see the truth. And that was the case for me, because when the truth is revealed in real life, guys, it's different. It's one thing God just downloading to you. And don't get me wrong, that's just as powerful when God downloads and shows you things. But when you choose to ignore it, and you have no choice but to actually face the consequences of not ignoring it and seeing things in 3D, it does something. And I think it was further confirmation I cannot compromise my surroundings. Guys, so many lessons was learned within that season and within that situation. But going back to being alone in my discernment, I realized that for the most part in my life, because of fear of not being in the friendships that I desired to be, I was placing people in the wrong levels. Like, I'll never forget what my pastor's wife told me. The people that look up to you, the people that you're on the same level with, and I'm talking about spiritually on the same level, you guys know the same God, you guys are on the same purpose, mission, all of them things there, and the people that you look up to, and the people that were down here, I was placing them either in the middle or at the top, and that's where I get wrong, and that's where, sorry, I went wrong. But I believe it was just further confirmation that, yeah, God, you've given me this ability, you've given me this gift, and you don't play about me or this gift. And it's about time I start accepting it. So I know this is a bit all over the place, but I just had to let that out because this is how much this video resonated with me. Guys, you are set apart for a reason. And it's time to stand strong in that and accept that. And I'm telling you, if you keep turning a blind eye, or you know that God's telling you to pull away from something or someone and you keep choosing to ignore it, I promise you, God don't play about you, and He will make you learn the hard way if you don't listen. And believe me, I know for a fact that had to happen. Whether it was the hard way or not, that had to happen. I had to see that. Because if anything, it just confirmed to me, girl, stop playing about your life, stop playing about your surrounding. If it means you have to be alone for a certain amount of time, then so be it. Let God do what He needs to do. Like, you want the things that God wants. It gets to that level, and I'm at that point now. And I never thought I would, but I'm at that point where it's like, seriously, God, I don't play. Like, if it means me being alone, if it means me just being around a certain community within the church right now in this season, then so be it. If it even means that I need to look at my friendships, I've got makeup on my hands. If it means I need to reevaluate my friendships, reevaluate where I place people, where I put my hopes in people, if God is showing me something, how do I act on that? Then so be it. But guys, do not play about this gift. God's given you it for a reason. You are blessed. Trust me, us people with discernment are blessed.